Well, we're going to try it again here. Heat number 1. Keep your eye on the front row as they keep it a little tighter this time by. Looks to be a clean start as they hit the white line together. Frankie Heimbaugh out front, Tim Deaver in second. Watch John Carney on the high side working Tim Deaver. Heimbaugh leads him down the backstretch. Deaver in second. Carney now a close third. Goes to the high side on Deaver. He's working the high side. Coming out of fourth, side by side. Deaver low, Carney high. Neck and neck down the front straightaway. Carney now pulls ahead in turn number 1. Carney has second. Deaver to third. Madsen runs fourth with Larry Ball Jr. one spot out in fifth. Ryan Menninga currently sixth. Jace Panetta seventh and Terry Alexander eighth. Madsen now puts a move on Tim Deaver as they work through turn number 1. Madsen low on Deaver, who's running the high side. Frankie Heimbaugh continues to have a thin lead on John Carney. Madsen now goes by Deaver in 3 and 4 for third. Carney now working on Heimbaugh as they work through turns number 3. Carney on the bottom, Heimbaugh up top. This time by Carney's got it as they work out of turn number 4. Now Heimbaugh comes back on the bottom. Heimbaugh works the bottom, slams the oar coming out of turn number 2. Frankie Heimbaugh goes back to the lead. Heimbaugh first, Carney second. Madsen runs third. Carney now goes by Heimbaugh on the high side, coming out of turn number 2. Carney has the lead coming down the backstretch. Heimbaugh works back to the bottom, side by side in turn number 4. Carney now stretches out just a little bit, but here comes Heimbaugh back on the bottom, making a run. White flag is out. White flag is out for your leader, John Carney. Menninga goes by Deaver for 5th. And as he works through turn number 4, your winner of the first heat race from Ozaki, Kansas, that's John Carney. Second goes to Frankie Heimbaugh. Third to Kerry Madsen. Fourth to Larry Ball Jr. Martin and Morrow, Chad and Don Drow Jr. making up the first 3 rows. As the field works through turn number 4, very tightly bunched. The green flag drops. Higday and Hawks side by side down the front straightaway. There you see Bobby Hawks working to the outside of Higday. Hawks has the lead down the backstretch. Matt Morrow runs third, Martin fourth. Don Drow Jr. now working on Martin for 4th. Morrow now goes by Higday down the front straightaway. Morrow looking for second. Higday holds him off momentarily. Now Morrow has second. Martin now attacking Higday for 3rd. Working to turn number 3, Martin on the low side. Higday up top. Martin brings Don Drow with him on the bottom. Higday slips back to 4th. Drow working on him. Up front continues to be Bobby Hawks. Matt Morrow in 2nd. Randy Martin 3rd. Drow Jr. goes by Higday for 4th, the 4th and final transfer position. Continues to be Hawks up front. Morrow 2nd, Martin 3rd. Don Drow Jr. runs 4th in the final transfer position. 1 spot out now. Mike Chad also works by Josh Higday. 7th being held by Doug Wilson. Up front, your leader continues to be Bobby Hawks. Feel a little pressure now from the 33 of Matt Morrow and the 14 of Randy Martin. Front 3 cars all bunched together. Martin now works the low side on Morrow. Morrow working the high side on Hawks. Martin now goes by for 2nd. Morrow running the cushion, and the other 2 cars are on the bottom. 6 laps down, 2 to go. 2 to go for your leader, Bobby Hawks. Martin now solidly in 2nd. Morrow slips back to 3rd. Now Martin works by Hawks on the bottom for the lead. Martin goes to lead, Hawks to 2nd. Morrow runs 3rd. Don Drow Jr. continues to hold 4th, but Mike Chad is gaining. A white flag is out for your leader. A white flag is out, Randy Martin. Morrow now slips past Hawks on the back straightaway. Morrow has second. But as he works off turn number 4, picking up the win in Advanced Auto Parts 360 heat number 2, that's Randy Martin. Second goes to Matt Morrow. Third, the 5H Bobby Hawks. And the fourth and final transfer position goes to the 86M Don Drow Jr.
Sit on the front row. The pace is set. Mike Hausman already picking up one feature win here at the Knoxville Raceway in the 2001 season and coming short by just a few turns here earlier in the season. Mike Hausman brings him to the white line. Green flags up and down, and we're underway. Terry Thorson stays right alongside Mike Hausman as they race into turn 1. Hausman with the advantage off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Mike Hausman, Terry Thorson, Jeff Matrician, and Tony Norum running fourth. The top 4 cars transfer onto the feature event. Now Tony Norum looks to the bottom side of Jeff Matrician in turn 1. Side by side, they race through turn 2. Wheel to wheel off turn 2. Jeff Matrician with the advantage. Tony Norum still working a close fourth. His front wheels by Matrician's back wheels now side by side. Norum's slide job slams the door shut on Matrician and takes over the 3rd spot. Jeff Matrician running in the 4th spot as they race off turn 2. Randy Miller running 5th down the back straightaway. Matrician still working on Norum as Miller now within striking distance of Jeff Matrician. Mike Hausman leads the way as they conclude lap number 2. Three laps are in the books. Mike Hausman showing the way. Terry Thorson second, Tony Norum third, Jeff Matrician fourth. Now Randy Miller puts the slider on Matrician for fourth. Jeff Matrician now 1 spot out of transfer for tonight's feature as Jesse Janetto runs in the 6th spot. Winters running 7th. And Chris Martinez 8th. Your leader still Mike Hausman. Running the low side of turn number 2, slides to the cushion down the back straightaway. Mike Hausman enters the low side of turn number 3, working off turn 4 as lap number 5 comes to conclusion. Takes a look to the flagman. The green flag still waving on this 3rd Advanced Auto Parts heat race event. Terry Thorson still running 2nd, Tony Norum 3rd. Randy Miller running in that 4th spot. Then it's about 5 car lengths back to Jeff Matrician, who's 1 spot out. Oh, now Norum gets a good run on the bottom side of turn 4. Takes a look to Terry Thorson as the white flag's out. 1 to go for Mike Hausman, who shows the way down the back straightaway. Then it's about the length of the back chute to the 2nd spot of Terry Thorson. We're now Tony Norum. Looks to the bottom side in turn 3. Not gonna do it. Now Miller slides up to the bottom side by side off 4th. Miller gets 3rd, and Tony Norum comes home in that 4th and final transfer. Yellow lights are off, pace truck to the infield. Rob Edwards working through turns 3 and 4 to the white line. Oh, and look at him banging bumpers. Green flag's out and we're underway. Look at Jake Peters shoot to the bottom side of the racetrack, takes over the lead from outside row number 2. Down the back straightaway. Look at his bumper, Justin sticking straight out on the front end of that 57X as he works off turn 4. As I said on that start, they were banging bumpers and the bumper is broke loose on the front of the 57X. Hanging on by a spud. Rodney Dowd running in that 2nd spot. Rob Edwards 3rd. And Johnny Anderson running in that 4th and final transfer. Now Chris Walraven running 5th. Looks to the high side as Anderson tries to slide high but doesn't get around as Walraven puts the crank on him down the front straightaway. Down the chute into the turn. Chris Walraven on the move. Takes a look to Rob Edwards to the high side off turn number 2. Takes over the 3rd spot. Rob Edwards running in that 4th spot now. Remember, only the top 4 cars will transfer onto the feature event as there are 3 laps down, 5 to go. Now Rob Edwards working on Johnny Anderson as Nick Haygood takes a look, knocks on the door, looking at Rob Edwards. See ya! Down the back straightaway, takes over the 5th spot. Jake Peters all alone, like the chess club president on prom night, down the back chute. Rodney Dowd running in that 2nd spot. Walraven running 3rd, and Anderson in that 4th and final transfer. Nick Haygood trying to get his name on the roster for tonight's feature, but he's one spot shy as they race down the front straightaway. Single file racing as there's 5 laps down, 3 to go. Your race leader, Jake Peters, working off turn 4 for lap number 6. Got it down the front chute. Jake Peters with Mark Dietrich in his sights, the lap car down the back straightaway. Then it's a straightaway back to Rodney Dowd, who runs back in the 2nd spot, this time by white flag, 1 to go for Jake Peters. White flag as Jake Peters goes down the back straightaway for the final time. Dowd still 2nd, Walraven 3rd, Anderson 4th, off turn 4. This time the checkered flag's out for your winner, Jake Peters. Running in that 2nd spot, it's gonna be the car number 57D of Rodney Dowd.
Once again, 9 cars for 8 laps. Top 4 go to tonight's A main. Zoot and Bays bring him off turn number 4. 3 wide down the front stretch. Everybody gets it straightened out. Bays has the lead. Zoot in 2nd now. Nichols goes to 2nd past Zoot coming out of turn number 2. Logan runs in the 3rd spot. Nichols slows going down the back straightaway. Everyone bunches up behind him. Everyone's still all right. Bays stretching out up front. Nichols 2nd now. Logan goes by Zoot for 3rd. 4th place, Eric Mason. 5th place, Eric Mason. Beaver and Middlesworth battle for 6th down the back straightaway. Logan goes by for 2nd. Ricky Logan goes to 2nd by Tracy Nichols. Logan now sets his sights on your leader, BJ Bays, who stretched it out about a half a corner as they work down the back stretch. Logan now really gaining on your leader, Bays. This is his first time at the Knoxville Raceway. 2nd year in a sprint car. Logan now goes high as they work through turns number 1 and 2. Working down the back stretch now. Logan inches up beside him. Logan side by side working into turn number 3. Logan goes by in the high side. Bays to 2nd. Nichols holds 3rd. Middlesworth now holds the 4th and final transfer spot. Beaver now works Alan Zoot for 5th. Beaver goes low in turn number 1. Slides up to block Zoot. Beaver now to 5th. Up front, Ricky Logan stretching it out using the low line. Bays follows in 2nd, Nichols 3rd, Middlesworth 4th. Joey Beaver runs 5th, Alan Zoot 6th. 7th, Eric Mason. 8th, the 21 of Mike Dreiling. And rounding out the field, the 12X, Jerry Crabb. By that time by, 6 laps down, 2 laps remaining, 6 down, 2 remaining. Nichols now edges up closer to BJ Bays in that 19B car. Nichols in the white 19, Bays in the red and black 19B. Bays bobbles, Nichols looks high. A white flag is out for your leader, Ricky Logan. Stretched it out to about a straightaway lead over 2nd place. And your leader now works through turns 3 and 4 on the bottom. Coming out of turn number 4, picking up the win in Advanced Auto Parts 360, heat number 5, that's Ricky Logan. Bays nips Nichols for 2nd at the line. 4th goes to Dave Middlesworth. Mike Training inside row 4. Rob Edwards outside row 4. As the DeBoer Motors pace truck drops him off on the back straightaway. Field winds its way through turn number 3 now as they inch closer to the white line. Panetta and Gianetto on the front row. Down the front straightaway side by side. Now Gianetto shoots out to the front on the high side. Menninger follows on the bottom. Deaver goes to 3rd. Panetta stalled slightly going into turn number 1. Now Haygood works by Panetta. Panetta went from 1st to 5th. Haygood to 4th.